sanitize. This is the Art Naturals hand sanitizer. You know when like sanitizers leave that weird kind of like film on your hands? This does not do that. It just like absorbs. It has jojoba oil in it. I start with my brows. The product I use is this Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is in medium brown. There's the pencil and then there's the spoolie brush. I brush my brows like in an upwards motion because my brow hairs grow down and it's really annoying. And then now I go in with the pencil. I basically, you know, just kind of fill in what's already there. I'm not really like a brow wizard like some of you guys. I naturally don't really have an arch, and I really, in my dreams, I want to have that like, unfortunately, I don't have that, was not blessed with it. I draw up and then I draw down. And then when you get to like the front half, use a really light hand. I literally hold the like pencil on the end just so I don't overdo it. I like kind of mimic the way that my brow hairs like naturally grow. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm not meant to be a beauty guru. We're gonna go back in with the spoolie and we're just gonna soften her out. This is a really old eyelash curler. I try to go as close to the root as possible without stabbing myself in the eye. Then I kind of just like pull downwards. I don't even know if that's something that you should be doing. And then I go to kind of like the ends of my lashes so that it doesn't look like an L shape. So it looks more like a natural curl. Now we're gonna go in with mascara. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, and because I have straight eyelashes, I have to use waterproof so that they don't go. My philosophy with makeup, and this is something that I've learned also with all the makeup artists that I've worked with, is for it to be something that enhances how you look versus a blanket. I have eczema, as you can see. There's like, I have patches. I'm super prone to dry skin, and when my skin is so dry and I put concealer on or any product, it's so incredibly visible. So just take care of your skin, and then makeup will just enhance the natural beauty that already lies there. So then I go in with a second mascara, which is unnecessary, you don't have to do it, but I just like how this looks on top of the other one. But this is the Maybelline Falsies Push-Up Angel. It's like more of a comb than a brush. I kind of concentrate on the ends of my lashes with this guy. I'm from Indonesia, and it's really interesting to see the differences and the parallels and kind of like beauty philosophies. The focus was very much on like staying as natural as possible back home, and so that's something that I really held on to. Nobody really wore crazy makeup unless, you know, you were going to a party or anything like that. And my mom was somebody, she was like my first makeup inspiration. She also was somebody that, you know, kind of was like, you know, stick to the bare minimums, take care of your skin. And so now I am just more, I just gravitate towards kind of natural looking makeup. The next thing I do, this is really gross. I'm kind of embarrassed to show you, but this guy has been with me forever, and that's probably not the best thing to say. This is the Maybelline crayon liner. I just do the tight line, or I think this is called the tight line or the water line. I don't know. This top eyelash line. I'm sorry, I'm not super savvy with all the words. So sometimes I'll go the extra mile and do the bottom one, but today I just, again, my thing is I just go with how I feel that day. You know what I mean? You can set boundaries with makeup too. You can be like, today I don't feel like doing the whole shebang, and that's fine. We're gonna move on to the face. I genuinely never wear foundation, but I do wear concealer because as you can see, I get red patches. I have rosacea on my cheeks. You can visibly see a lot of veins. I've had that since I was a little girl, and people will come up to me and be like, are you okay? You can judge me for this, but this is the Derma Blend Leg and Body Cover. I know that sounds crazy, but once upon a time, I was getting ready for prom, and my NARS concealer was lost. And so I was so late, I reached for the first thing that I saw that could work, and it was this guy. And you know what? It worked great for me, you know? And I just found that it had really good coverage that I didn't really see in other concealers. So with that said, I go very, very sparingly. Like literally I use that much for my whole face. I just literally do like 2 little dots and it looks cute. You see, do you see that? Then I literally just do the top of my lip and then I do like the size of my nose because that also gets discolored. And then I literally just use my ring finger to buff it all out. Sometimes if I want a more kind of like brightening effect, I will use this Maybelline. I don't use this all the time because as you can see, this looks pretty, it looks pretty good to me already. But today feels like a brightening day, so I'm gonna do that. So I just kind of do literally like little specks on like my nose, and then that's pretty much it. I first started wearing makeup when I was like 15 years old or like 14. I got made fun of so much. Again, because everybody back home loves the natural look, and also when you're like 14 and you're starting to wear makeup, everybody's just kind of like, what are you doing? But I was like, girl, this is fun. The first makeup product I ever owned that was my own, that I bought with my own money, was a Barbie mascara. I got it at the toy store. I just used that and it was super clumpy and it made my eyelashes all spidery and it weighed it down, but I was feeling myself. I was just like, this is cute. It's funny because I feel like I had the inverse journey with makeup because I started really like, I went ham on that. I just like went super heavy with, I wanted to get all the products. The older I get, the less I care about makeup, I guess, or just like looking the best that I can. I'm just like, this is who I am. If you're cool with it, then everybody else can be cool with it too. The next thing I do is I use the Fenty Beauty matchsticks, and it's the contour stick. The girl at Sephora was like, do not put this directly on your face because it's super pigmented, but I was like, whatever. To each their own. And so I do that. I know that looks crazy. And then I do my jaw and this thing right here. I learned this from the great Miss Rihanna herself. Not personally, I just saw it in a video. I kind of like do a little like C cup situation, like right here. And I just kind of gently work it into my face. Now, on my jaw though, I do use a brush. And as you can see, it created a shadow. I actually contour this part of my nose because I feel like it just kind of creates this like button nose effect. So now we have dimension in our face. I use the Glossier Dew Effect highlighter. This is in quartz. I just kind of go ooh, and then on my nose. And then I've had this Too Faced eye makeup palette, romantic eye palette, forever. I've had this forever. I don't even know if they still make this. This has surpassed every and any highlighter that I've ever had. I just take that much, and yes, I use an eyeshadow as a highlighter. Judge me all you want. I always use this to brighten the inner corners of my eyes like that, right? And then one day it occurred to me, I was like, what if I just used it on the rest of my face? I'm not somebody that even uses bronzer or blush that much. If I do use blush, I don't use products in the way that they're intended to be used. I got this cute little lip sheer moisture lip tint, Mineral Fusion. So I use this on my lips sometimes. I don't feel like that today, but other times I'll use this on my cheeks like that. And then I just kind of do that. And I feel like it just looks like a natural rosy glow versus like, oh, I forgot to tell you guys, I actually had this on the whole time. Charlotte's Magic Lip Oil. And also at night, I use the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. And then I go in with my L'Oreal 416 Create. It looks really natural, and I feel like it just kind of like enhances the natural shade that's already there. And the final step, my Bobbi Brown gloss. Oh my god, this is the crushed oil infused gloss in Force of Nature. It really is a force of nature. I feel like this is the glossy version of what I just put on, and them together, they are like the dynamic duo. They are like the power couple. I just use this Mario Badescu facial spray. I don't even think this is a setting spray, but I mean, it smells really good, so. Okay guys, so